You once again stepped into the world of survival horror. Good luck. Good luck. I do think it's funny that, like, all the- oh wait, gotta drop my fucking ink! Always fucking forget, every single time. I think it's funny that of all of the characters who survived Raccoon City, that number kept getting fucking retconned, by the way. It was originally the STARS members who survived the mansion incident, Jill, Chris, Barry, and Rebecca, who, I mean, like, the Spencer estate in its own way was a bit of a legend. That it's interesting. Which do you think was like the greater accomplishment? Surviving the Spencer estate or surviving Raccoon City? I think it's a bit of a toss-up because, I mean, like, on the one hand, the wide scale, like, oh, you know what I should do? I'm gonna go pick up the spark gun real quick. Come on, Sherry. Why would they give you pistol bullets right before what's about to happen? No one's gonna use the pistol on what you're about to encounter here. Because, like, on the one hand, you would think, obviously, surviving a mass, like, apocalyptic City of the Dead outbreak that just wiped an entire fucking United States city off the map would be more impressive. But when you think about it, like, the Spencer estate, you get extra props because, like, that was the original fucking thing. I mean, like, they went into that shitty situation, and they had no idea what they were fucking getting into, right? I mean, that's something that's never been on the books before. Whereas, comparatively, like, the Raccoon City incident, I mean, for the majority... Look at this toilet. Oh, that's convenient. You never see toilets in video games. How many video games can you think of where there's a toilet? Like, anywhere in the game at all? I don't know, I guess, like, reasonably speaking, surviving Raccoon City is definitely, like, yo, you got out of a zombie-infested city? That's way more legit. On the other hand, that's sort of a false comparison because the only character who was involved in the Spencer estate situation, but not Raccoon City, was Chris. Which, again, is funny because I always think of Jill as being the more valid protagonist of the series overall, even though it's Chris who usually gets that designation. He was in the first game, he survived the Spencer estate, but Homeboy didn't deal with the shit of Raccoon City. Jill survived Raccoon City, so she has way more credentials than Chris, I think. That's just me.
Claire, my stomach hurts.
The xenomorph chest burster.
Sherry. My forehead's burning up. I've got to hurry before the embryos pupate.
Claire, why are you talking like you know what you're fucking doing, or what the situation is? You don't know what's up. In case of emergency. An accident outside will be prohibited. Who, like, what kind of safety feature is that? That's not convenient for anyone involved. Yep, so we're locked out. Gotta deal with whatever's going on. Oh, shit. Look at this magic. How is that fucking... How are they getting this PlayStation 1 model to do that crazy shit? That's nuts. Okay. Excuse me. Oh, shit. Gotta run. Okay, I read somewhere that the spark gun just wrecks William Birkin's fucking asshole inside out. So let's find out here. 3, 4, 5, 6. 7, 8, 9. 10. You done? Yeah, you're done. Look at this pussy-ass bitch. Although, like, that encounter's always sort of weird to me. Although, there was a little bit of setup since he walked by when they were going through the sewer. That doesn't seem like it did that good against him, you know? I feel like I could have gotten more damage done with the grenade launcher and the acid rounds. The thing I read did say that it wrecks William Birkin's later forms. So maybe, like, the next time I fight him, it'll wreck his shit. But I don't know. 10 shots, that seems like I could have gotten the job done with less acid rounds, you know?
Sherry.
Come on, Sweet Pea. The original Clementine. Birkin's body is gone. The original Ellie. What are other children in zombies? I mean, they're all evolutions of Newt from Aliens anyway, right?
Claire? Oh, you're finally awake. Isn't this... That's okay. You keep it. I'm sure it'll keep you safe.
Thank you, Claire. Even though I'm an only child, neither of my parents ever spent much time with me because of their work. I grew up alone, but now that you're with me, I finally have someone to rely upon.
Aww.
Sherry.
I like how Claire's ponytail is just...
I'll be right back, as soon as I found the antidote for you.
Is just 3 blocks of polygons stacked on top of each other like that, dangling off the back of her head. Look at this shit! They made 2 completely different models. I think... Yeah, I would say that the flame rounds are what you want to use while going through the lab here. Because of the plants! Although, I'll hold on to the acid rounds just in case. You know what I'll do? Here's what I'll do. We don't need the handgun. Although we do have so many bullets for it. It seems like such a waste. But whatever. Plus we're getting extra acid rounds right here. Look at this entirely new model. They didn't just take, like, the jacket was not overlaid on top of her old model. This is an entirely separate second model they made for this section of the game where Claire doesn't have her jacket on. That's fucking nuts, dog. Like, the amount of extra work they went into making 2 extra models for Claire and Sherry. Oh my god, Leon has a different second model too. That's fucking crazy, man. Man, the PS1 was a crazy era for video games, man. Like, I don't like the expression of the golden era of video games because I think that's such a false... Like, in any kind of art and any kind of medium, like, the idea of there being a golden era of fucking anything is just retarded. I feel like 1 herb's all I'm gonna need, really. It's just silly. Like, it implies... Like, it especially doesn't make sense for comics, because golden era implies this is the best era. But for comics, it's just the first era. So... But anyway, I don't like the idea of what that implies, a golden era. But if any era of video games would be given the designation, look at this fucking room. Look at this fucking Emperor Palpatine-ass bottomless pit and the Death Star. Why would you make this, Umbrella? What are your resources? You fucking stupid assholes. But if any era was going to... If you wanted to make an argument for any era of video games deserving that designation, I feel like the PS1 and PS2 eras. Like a little bit of wiggle room, I feel like, but somewhere in that zone, I feel like that's a pretty good place. Back when games were cheap enough to make, that you can kind of just do whatever the fuck you want, and the consequences for it weren't, like, destroying. I mean, this game is really the best example of the kind of creative freedom they had. Like, it was that sweet spot where technology was at the point where you could make some really impressive shit. I mean, like, everything before, great games came out, but, I mean, they have aged. Whereas we were at that sweet spot where technology was just advanced enough where it was like, holy shit, blow your mind, but just cheap enough to where you could completely finish an entire video game and then say, nah, it sucks, and then just throw it out of the fucking garbage. Just toss that game in the trash and start over literally from scratch. Because that is what Shinji Mikami did with Resident Evil 2 here. They made Resident Evil 2 like it was an entirely separate game. This is so famous, you can look it up. It's like very well-known story. Resident Evil 1.5 is what it's colloquially known as now. But look up Resident Evil 1.5. They literally just finished that game. They finished the game. It's like, remember Star Fox 2? It's that. They made an entire game, and then Shijikama was like, I don't really like it. I don't really like these fucking stupid plants. These are so dumb. By far the stupidest monsters that have ever been in Resident Evil, and that is fucking saying something right there. Wow, does that kill them? Wow, in one shot. Dang. They finished that game, and Shinji Mikami just went, I don't like it. It's not, I don't like it. I don't think it's that good. Just throw it in the trash. I don't like it that much. And they just literally tossed out an entire finished game. And they were fine with it. Like, they said, yeah, Shinji Mikami, go ahead and do that. Like, whatever. You know, the corporate bureaucrats aren't gonna go, are you fucking insane? The amount of time and money that went into creating that shit, you just want to throw it in the garbage and start over literally a completely new game entirely from scratch? Are you fucking high? Like, that would never, ever happen in today's industry. Games are too fucking expensive. I do need the lighter for this room. Shit. I was wrong. You do need the lighter. I don't see why. Why can't I just use the flames? Oh my god. What? What? Did that work? Oh my fucking god, I didn't know you could do that! Does anyone know you can do that? Oh my god! That's amazing! I had no idea you could just use some flame grenades! What the fuck? That's awesome! Oh my god, I've never seen anyone do that before! Everyone thinks you have to use the fucking lighter! Oh my goodness, that's incredible! You can just shoot him with some fire grenades! That's fucking crazy! Wow! Okay. I doubt I am the only person who discovered this, but I have never seen anyone do that before. I've never seen anyone use that. Everyone uses the lighter. Like, it really makes it seem like you're supposed to use the lighter. I had no idea. I'm sure I did not just discover something new about the game 20 years later that no one else knew about and has ever done or tried. I am sure I am not the person who just discovered that. But I didn't know. I had no fucking clue that was even possible. Oh my goodness, that's incredible. I certainly discovered something new for myself that I've never seen anywhere else on the internet, that's for sure. God damn, that's some nuts shit right there. I always think that's convenient. At least Umbrella's user interface for their operating system is convenient, right? I always like when you can just sign in as guest and you get, like, restricted access, right? I feel like that's fair. Oh, did I get these lockers? No, and I will not. Thank you, sir. Holy shit, like I completely lost my train of thought. Oh my goodness, I'm like blown away by what just happened there. Yeah, if any game, like, era could be considered the Golden Age, I would say in between the PS1 and the PS2. Like the early to mid PS2 and the mid to late PS1 era. Because it was just so cheap. You could just do whatever the fuck you wanted. Like, it was the perfect balance of resources to make whatever you want, but it was cheap enough that you could make whatever you want, really. Like, there was no real risk at play at that point. Anyway. So what I was trying to talk about was how, like, everyone involved with the Raccoon City incident kind of, and there's all these retcons for how many people made out. Originally, it was Claire, Leon, and Sherry were the three spoilers, were the three survivors, even though that actually doesn't make sense, but we'll get to that later. And then Hunk was the fourth survivor. Right? Hunk is an extra game mode that you can unlock. Oh yeah, I gotta do that somewhere. Claire's not even able to get this. This is one of those cool things that's like, on the second playthrough, you know, I'll cover that when we do Leon. There's a lot of fun stuff like that, though. Do I have... No. And then Hunk is the first survivor. Hunk is like an unlockable game mode you can get. This game had a ton of extras, too. It had Hunk, the fourth survivor, then the Tofu survivor, and then EX battle mode. And that's the cool thing, is in EX battle mode, you can unlock the ability to play as Chris Redfield. Chris Redfield is actually in this game. And they made, they made a completely new, brand spanking new model for his inclusion in this game, and he has, like, extra abilities that the other characters do not. Like, when Leon uses, like, the super shotgun, it recoils him, and he gets blown back from the recoil, but when Chris uses it, he's like a big, strong stars man who can punch boulders, so it doesn't even bother him at all. So we can just shoot that motherfucker without any recoil, which is really cool. And his model looks so, like, crisp and cool and nifty. So I guess you could argue, non-canonically, Chris did have to deal with Raccoon City. What's this fucking plant, by the way? Like, I get that they're trying to go for Plant 42, like in the guardhouse, but this has always seemed really weird and out of place to me. Just, like, the plant got into a vat of T-virus and grew out of control and overtook the fucking lab or something like that. Let's see, what do I have in here? We'll see with the grenade. Jesus fuck. Okay, yeah, the acid rounds do much more damage. Come on. You doing okay there, buddy? Come on, I believe in you. Ah. Come here. There we go. Okay, for liquors, acid. And then I'll save the grenades for any zombies we might come across. God damn everything in the world that exists. Motherfuck you. Man, these liquors really mess you up. Look, I'm getting caution. See, look how she's holding her side. I guess, like, oh, wow, there's a lot of herbs here. I guess the perception of how cool that is isn't really appreciated because Remake had that feature, but in the original game, they did not hold their sides. You had to go into the, like, status menu and check. But in fucking RE2, they added differences in their animations to where they would hold their sides if they were in caution, and they would start limping and shitting and dying like crazy if they were in danger. Yes, give me that. Okay, you can finally dump these ink rounds. And no, I think I'm good. There aren't actually that many zombies anyway. Like, you have so many handgun bullets, you're never gonna use these. And yes, I want to say we're about to get this. So yeah, so it was Hunk was the fourth survivor, but technically, I mean, it's not a spoiler, we played RE4. Fucking Ada makes it out too, so she's the fifth survivor. Even though really I would consider her the fourth and Hunk the fifth. And then RE3 retconned that Jill was running around Raccoon City and she survived. Yes, that's what it was for. Oh, it's just extra. That's such a cheap. It's just some extra grenade rounds. That kind of sucks. Yeah, Leon gets like an upgraded Magnum. Claire gets some grenade rounds. That's kind of a bummer for her. Okay, well, since we have them, let's go ahead and rock these zombies. Fuck you, naked zombies. I love that! Look at the way their models just get eviscerated. Aww. Like, they will lose their head. Like, in the original game, you could sometimes blow their head off with the shotgun. But, man, there are so many different ways you can just obliterate these zombies in the RE2. It's fucking awesome. And then Jill made it out, and then Carlos also made it out. And, depending on the ending you get, one of the other bad guys that was in Resident Evil 3 could also make it out alive. So 8 survivors, canonically, give or take, could have made it out of Raccoon City alive. Which I guess diminishes it a little bit, but still, like a city of like a couple 100,000 people. Or how much was it? I know it's like an actually pretty embarrassingly low number when taken into the grand scheme. It's like a couple 10,000 or 100,000, something like that. 8 people making it out. That's like not even a percent. Annette, holy shit.
You killed William. I'll never forgive you for that.
Wait!
I've just prepared a sample of the G-Virus. And this time, no one will take it from me.
Bitch, I don't care!
This is the most significant piece of research my husband has ever left in my hands.
I don't care, Annette. Shut up.
Stop it! Sherry's in serious trouble. William implanted her with his embryos. There's no telling when they'll pupate. And if that happens, then Sherry won't...
What?
What? Stupid Annette. Annette, you're so fucking stupid. Oh shit.
William, you're alive.
Yeah, and looking sexy with that 4th evolution. Oh! Some spousal abuse. Yeah, I'm sure you're fine, Annette. Shut the fuck up. I'm gonna go over here. No, not really, not really, not really. Okay, we're gonna go see Annette. Ah, bye, Birkin. Yeah, he remember how I stomped his ass with the spark shot. Yeah, let's just...
He's still alive. He's getting stronger with each skin he casts off. Sherry!
Tell me what I need to know. How can I save Sherry?
I have detailed information. Everything you need to know to prepare the antidote is right here.
Here, take this file. Codename Devil. Yeah, okay. You fucking idiot. I like how we're having this conversation just next to a cracked open vial of G-Virus, by the way. There's just some fucking there's just some fucking purple stuff. Let's see what we got. Some apple juice or orange. Purple stuff. Ah, Sunny D, alright. Yeah, we're just having this conversation next to some... I don't fucking care about any of this. Fucking purple stuff right there is gonna infect us.
And tell her I'm sorry I wasn't a better mother.
Why don't you just roll over and lick some of that up, see if it helps.
Sherry.
Then you guys can gangbang your daughter together. You and William can work together and gangbang your daughter with creepy embryos. Why do you care, Claire? What? This is just coming out of nowhere for Claire. This is just happening.
May not be aborted. All employees proceed to the emergency car at the bottom platform.
Poor Claire's been running around. She doesn't even know what the fuck's going on. Okay, well, that's not anything that we need, that demands our immediate attention. Let's go fuck around with some moths. Yeah, it's fine. I mean, I don't see a counter on the screen. We're probably good. Don't need to worry about that. Hey, moths. Let's burn you fuckers. I remember the lab being a little bit longer. I don't remember getting through it this quickly. How you doing there, moth? Why is there just a giant... Get the fuck... Why is there just a giant moth, by the way? This lab is stupid. I can't reach the computer because of these moth babies. Get out of here. Yeah, we're fine. Yes. It's just covered in moth guts and fire. So now... Yeah, just guessed, right? Yeah. I like how you actually have to have the wherewithal to remember that you're just entering guest. So now our fingerprint will be registered and we can go open that door from earlier back up. There we go. Why is there just a giant moth, by the way? This never gets explained. There's just a moth here. And a giant plant. Okay, the zombie apocalypse didn't happen that long ago, okay? Apparently this fucking laboratory was in a state of decay for like a month before all of this Raccoon City zombie shit started kicking off. So like, fuck you. It's a little unfortunate because like, Claire doesn't actually fight William that much throughout the game here. Like, the idea is sort of supposed to be that Claire deals with Birkin, and Leon deals with another type of enemy, but what ends up happening is Leon fights both the Tyrant and Birkin, and Claire doesn't fight Birkin that many times. There's Leon, with a continuity error.
Leon, we made it.
Look at this plot hole, he's not bandaged. Haven't heard of you since before the sewer.
See you on the monitor. But never mind that right now. Leon, you have to go back and get Sherry for me. I left her in the security office. Please, you must save her.
What are you fucking talking about?
Wait a second. What are you gonna do? Where are you going?
I still have a few loose ends to take care of. I'm counting on you.
She's not even gonna tell him that she's gonna make the G-Virus vaccine. Poor Leon has no idea what the fuck is happening. Claire's just running around, like, Claire, like, when you think about it, Claire's story is pretty pure in that way. Shit! She doesn't, like, deal with Birkin all that much. She only fights him a couple times here at the end game. I forget when you get the MO discs. Like, the first time, she fought the G embryo monster that bursts out of Chief Irons, and then she fights the second form of Birkin, which seems kind of weird because at that point she doesn't have the context for why he's changing. She only saw him walking above on a catwalk in the sewer. And then, all of a sudden, he's changed to this other form after thinking he was dead on the fucking elevator platform. And then that's like, you killed my husband! And just runs the fuck off like a stupid bitch and gets fucking murked.